Charity, we can't hear you. Charity, we are unable to hear you. Okay, let's move on to Macreen as Charity is sorting it out. Macreen and then Lewis. Is Macreen in the call? Macreen is not in the call. Lewis? Lewis, are you with us?
Yes. Hi.
Okay.
Okay. So hi everyone. My name is Lewis Sare. With I think Macreen, we're going to take you through the Terraform bit, the technical bit. So we're going to do the introduction and then the deployment. Yeah.
Charity, do you want to try again? We can hear you, but the sound is really low. Perhaps you shout a bit?
Here now?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. So yes, my name is Charity Bomboi. I'll be working alongside Juma and Janet as trainers for Bootcamp Day 1.
Thank you, Charity. Thank you. Thank you. Is Macreen around? Macreen? Macreen is also one of our instructors. Is she around? She's not around. Perhaps when she comes in during the session, we'll have her introduce herself. Meanwhile, I will go and request RCA, Resource Cloud Academy. I'll ask you to introduce yourself to the participants.
Hello, Leah. Can you
Yes,
confirm that
Karani.
you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you well, Karani.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so basically, Resource Cloud Academy, RCA, is a community, and at its best, it actually helps students in IT-related courses equip themselves with related skills before they are out of the university, college, and maybe any learning institution. Additionally, it helps also people use cloud as a differentiator, and this helps them be at the edge of the industry. And one of its importance is boosting the competitiveness. We know that in everything there is always competition. Maybe Sam, you can move to the next slide, where we have got the mission and the vision of Resource Cloud Academy. Okay, and the mission of RCA is equipping future generations of global technology leaders with the skills and experience to achieve their full potential through early career interventions, just as I mentioned earlier. And its vision is to create a supportive and collaborative community that fosters new ideas and creativity now and for future generations. Basically, that is the mission and vision of Resource Cloud Academy. And how do we achieve this? Sam, you can move to the next, maybe. Cloud, one of the flagship programs, Cloud Thursdays, whereby we invite guests in the industry and present on various topics maybe in technology, where we have got cloud, we have got maybe data, cybersecurity, all of those various technologies and in the industry. Another one is through project-based training or learning, whereby we, based on the current certifications and skills, we see that we visualize how different clouds in this process can come together to solve a problem. You see, that's actually the basis or the goal of each business or any firm. Another one is bootcamps that as just as what we are doing in partnership with CFS. And the last one is through high school and campus outreaches. Actually, that's the gist of Resource Cloud Academy. And back to you, Leah.
Thank you, Karani. Please note that Resource Cloud Academy and Cloud for Sky are the ones who have brought you this bootcamp and mini bootcamps. They are cloud-based communities. Please look out for them in LinkedIn and on their websites and join. I'd like to invite Lewis to speak on behalf of Cloud for Sky community. Lewis?
Hi.
Yes, Lewis, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay, my name is Lewis Awe. I'm going to introduce CloudForce Sky. So our tagline is empowering today, envisioning tomorrow, and cloud excellence redefined. And basically, what we seek to achieve is we are passionate about cloud computing and are committed to helping others learn and empower themselves with cloud services. So we have various activities like regular meetups, the online forums, resource and tutorials, mentoring programs, job boards, etc. And our vision is to revolutionize businesses of all sizes, leading to a world of enhanced innovation, efficiency, and sustainable success in the digital age. And our mission is to equip cloud enthusiasts with the knowledge, tools, and support they need to deliver, innovate, and effective solutions to business of all sizes. So I'm going to introduce our team. We have the marvelous Janet Chasang, the amazing Leah Zinza, the incredible Patrick Odhiambo, the fantastic Makrin Musimbi, the brilliant Evans Gidinji, and me, Lewis Awe. Thank you.
Thank you, Lewis. That was fantastic. Let's give Lewis and Karani a round of applause. Your reactions, please. Now, I am moving along. We are moving along quite well, very well. We are right on schedule. I'd like to invite Alberto Sam to speak about, to give us an overview of the bootcamp. They'll just give us a recap of the curriculum, learning objectives, the format of the bootcamp, and schedules for the sessions. Albert, Sam?
Hello.
Yes, Sam. Fantastic to
Thank
see you.
you. All
Thank
right,
you for
thank you.
joining us.
And thank you, Leah. I'm excited to be here. And thank you, everyone, for making time to improve yourself or just get an opportunity to touch on Terraform infrastructure as code. My name is Samson Wanjala. I'm a co-founder of Resource Cloud Academy, and I'm also working as a technical Azure consultant with a company called BUI Technologies. I love community engaging with communities, especially majorly because when I was starting out in cloud, it took me close to a month just to resize a data disk. But when I engaged someone, I did that in we did that operation in like 5 minutes. So it just showed me that if you are in the right community, someone has definitely solved the problem that you're going through. So that aside, what is this bootcamp all about? So from the heading, it's a bootcamp around Terraform and implementing a 3-tier architecture on AWS using Terraform. So before I get into it, I'd like to just tell a short story. I recently changed roles. So I was doing more, I was a pre-sales consultant before. Then beginning of starting from January, I moved into the delivery side, now doing more of delivering the projects, doing the projects per se, not just doing proposals. So when I joined, the business was changing the model. As we all know, we can all agree that IT is dynamic. So one of the things that my the business put in was every deployment that comes starting from that was coming starting from January had to be done using infrastructure as code. And there I was green in this, but I had already a project that I needed to deliver in a week. So I had to learn infrastructure as code, deploy it via DevOps, just using in that short period. And this is using things like biceps. It's just like Terraform. But the essence of this, giving you these background stories, because I think as the technology, as we see the shift in technology, we are also seeing a tendency of in everywhere that if anything can be automated, then that is what businesses will go for. And infrastructure as code is part of automation. So if you can set up infrastructure just using code and reuse that code, then it means you can be more productive. And that means that you having that knowledge, having the knowledge on infrastructure as code is key, or will be the next differentiator going forward. So this bootcamp is just the beginning of a great thing. We are going to run it. This is how we are going to run it. So the overarching objective, the main objective of this bootcamp is to get you to deploy a 3-tier architecture on AWS using Terraform. But to achieve this, you'll go through some smaller objectives, and that is one, be able to, if you do not have fundamental skills around AWS, no worries. So you'll have time to just learn the basics of AWS. AWS is a cloud platform, just like Azure, Oracle, GCP, name them. And then you'll also have an intro. If you do not know what a 3-tier architecture is, then the other sub-objectives of this bootcamp is to get you introduced to what 3-tier architecture is. Next is to introduce you to Terraform, and lastly, get you to do the actual deployment. How the curriculum, how will we will achieve this? Let me just share my screen and give you a sneak peek real quick. All right, so I believe my screen is visible. So we will have an introduction. You will all be onboarded into this platform, where we'll have an intro to AWS and the 3-tier architecture. From there, we'll cover an introduction to Terraform. And then we have some amazing resources here. So how we'll do it is today, as the onboarding session, at the end of this session, you will receive invites to get onto this platform. And then after you get onto this platform, from now until next weekend. So we will meet again on Saturday and Sunday next week to do the actual deployment. So between now and then, what we expect you to have done is gone through these 3 modules. If you are here, I'm sure you are eager to learn, and you already know that in IT, the moment you stop learning, you start being irrelevant, and even worse, you stop earning. So we'll expect you to, by that time, it will not call for you to take 8 hours of your day each day to learn this. Just a few minutes or just an hour of your day going through this content. We have several videos, several links. So go through all these 3 and attempt. At the end of the 3rd module, you will have an attempted. So this 3rd module is just reading a blog by one of our trainers on how to do the deployment. And then you'll have you can attempt to take the test after going through a test that you will find at the end of the course after going through these 3 modules. And then after that, so this is between now or immediately once you get onboarded onto the platform, and next week Friday. And then on Saturday, we'll meet at the same time, between 10:30 to 12:30. And then we'll meet again on Sunday in the evening between 3:30 to 5:30 to do the actual deployment of Terraform. But I believe if you're enthusiastic enough, even using these resources, you should have already tried out a few things. And then in that session, we just do it together with the guide of our trainers. So that is the format of this bootcamp. And like I said, this bootcamp is opening a way to something greater. So this is just it's curated as a 2 days bootcamp, because the actual bootcamp will be on Saturday and Sunday next week. That is on the dates, I believe it's on the 14th, sorry. Yeah, on the 13th, 14th. And then and then after that, so after this will give you a gist of Terraform, but we can all agree that these technologies are too broad. So you cannot have grasped everything at once. So we will have a 10 weeks program that we will announce when it will start. So this 10 weeks program will be a paid program, but again, we understand that everyone wants to start out, and the purpose of having that fee is just to enable the facilitation of the learning. But it will be an affordable fee, around just $30. And then, but we will make official communication. So for that 10 weeks program, if these will have sparked your interest, then the next step will be to dive deeper and be able to solve more and more customer scenarios, and that project phase will give you that opportunity. So I urge you to take on this opportunity. Like I love using the phrase, take the bull by its horns, and use the opportunity to grasp as much as you can and make yourself more valuable. So thank you, and back to you, Leah.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you so much, Sam. I am going to invite Janet Chasang. She is going to set out the pace of the bootcamp, and she will give you our expectations and some strategies on how to perform in the bootcamp. Janet?
Yeah, thank you, Leah. I hope
Yes.
that I am audible.
You're audible.
Yeah, thank you so much. So I'm Janet once again, for anybody who did not get me during the introduction. So we're going to look at a very simple thing. Sam has taken you through an overview of what you're going to expect during the 2 days bootcamp that is going to happen next week and next week, part 1. But before we go there, first of all, a very simple question. What are your expectations? What are you looking forward to learn? Because you went through a process. You saw a poster, you got excited, you signed up, and that is why you're here today. So a simple question from me to you is, what is your expectation? What are you looking forward to learn? And are you already curious? Going through Sam's presentation, have you gotten curious? Yes. So let me hear from 1, 2, 3 individuals on what they're looking forward to learn, starting from next week. Then you're going to look at how you're going to manage time and goal setting. So anybody willing to engage with me and the rest of the attendees in this call? Alia, you can help me? Yeah. Just check who has raised their hand.
Yes, I can help you. We have Joel. Joel, unmute and say, what are your expectations, Joel?
Hello, I'm Claudius Joel actually. But I'm expecting maybe to learn more about automation, how to provision resources in AWS quickly using the Terraform. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Somebody else, what is your expectation? By the end of this bootcamp, what do you want to learn? It could be basic, it could be advanced.
Franco Juma. Franco Juma, you can unmute. Yes, Juma. We can't hear you. Juma? Let us go to Daniel Sankale. Juma, we cannot hear you.
Thank you. I think one of my targets or my expectation for this program, a little bit of my context. I'm more of a newbie. I'm a newbie to the cloud. I'm working towards my first certification. So I have a general overview, but I don't have a very clear view on how all these things are deployed. So I think my expectation would be to be exposed. I think for me, if you expose us to Terraform, you expose us to that infrastructure as code, if you actually lead us through the workflow and the process, and maybe HCL, I think the language, HashiCorp language, and those just being exposed to that framework and just seeing how you work with it, that would really open it up to us, open it up for me, and I think that's what we'd be expecting. But all together, you are the ones who know the way, so we want to follow you guys. So you guys take the lead, and we're here to follow, and we're here to say thank you. Asante sana.
Yes, thank you, Daniel. Ala, do you have more hands?
Yeah, yes, I have Juma. Juma, you can try again. Franco Juma. We can't hear you. Maybe now we go to Moise. Moise, you can unmute.
Hello? Okay. Juma is back. Okay.
Juma, are you back?
Yes.
Yes,
back.
Juma, go ahead. Moise, you can come after Juma, please.
A big thank you to our organizers and our mentors for this bootcamp. I think the first time I saw this post, I was eager to learn more about Terraform because I have had no chance to interact with it. Then having a basic knowledge on AWS, I'm looking forward to interacting with the services offered by AWS and more so implementing a three-tier architecture using Terraform and how to leverage the two in creating better solutions in the market. Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Juma. So that is wonderful from everyone that has participated. Yeah, Moise. Can you?
Yes, okay,
okay.
okay.
Thank you. So from my side, I'm expecting to run what I was already having in plan to teach myself, but it will be a pleasure to learn from you as you are experts in this industry. So currently, I have got a chance to acquire AWS Solutions Architect Certificate, Associate Certification, and I'll get a chance to be exposed to some labs where I was using AWS Cloud Formation Service and AWS OpsWork. So there are also infrastructure as code services, but in AWS. So I didn't have familiarity with Terraform and how it is integrated with AWS Cloud. So it'd be a great opportunity to be exposed to the implementation, and yeah, I think that would be my that are my expectations. Thank you.
So thank you, Moise, Daniel,
That's it,
and
Janet.
everyone that has participated. Yeah, thank you, Leah. But I'm not heard from the girl child. And we just celebrated Women's Day yesterday. So we have to get represented.
I think
so
we have
lady.
Matilda. I think we have Matilda. Matilda, we can't hear you. Not yet, Matilda? Wow. I really wanted to hear from you. We can't hear you. So is there any other lady? Ladies. Girl child. We have Dorcas Muhoro. Dorcas?
Yeah, hi everyone. I hope you all good. Basically, I signed up for Terraform and I really am interested in seeing how the 3-tier architecture will go.
Thank you, Dorcas. Janet, there was only 2 girl children, and
Yeah.
Matilda was not able to speak to us.
Okay, it's okay. At least we got to hear from a lady, because you have to balance this. Because you know, in STEM careers, we have a challenge integrating women, and it should start from this bootcamp. So it was important to hear from them. So to everybody who participated in sharing the expectation, thank you so much. Now, by you just having that clear plan of what you want to learn, you have already defined your why. Why are you here? And that is one thing I'm going to encourage every participant in this bootcamp. Before you dive in, solidify your reason for attending the bootcamp. Yeah? What career goals are you working towards? Right now, everybody has their structure. There's somebody who has already been introduced to cloud formation. They want to learn Terraform because maybe Terraform has more advantages. Yeah. So what are you looking for? What are career goals? Yeah. And understanding why will fuel your motivation during challenging moments. Because I'm not going to promise you that it's going to be very smooth. For some people, you'll get to learn some concepts. And if you don't have the patience and motivation, you're going to give up. Yeah. Of which I really don't want anybody to give up along the way. Yeah. Let's get to the end and see what we have achieved as a community in impacting skills to everybody that wants to learn. So after this bootcamp, I'm sure maybe some of you already had goals, but you're not able to speak out and express yourself. But if you don't have, write it somewhere. Why are you here today? What are you looking forward to? And what are your career goals? Yeah. So that is going to give you the energy and motivation, even during any challenging moments. Yeah. I hope you're together on that. Also, when it comes to goal setting, have a time management schedule. Yeah. As you can see, Sam said that you're going to have access to an LMS from today all the way to this coming Saturday. You'll be expected to take 3 modules. That is designing a 3-tier architecture, well-architected framework, introduction to Terraform, and then there'll be a part of deployment using Terraform. That should be done within 1 week. Now, how are you preparing to manage your time? Yeah. So somebody can get, Leah, kindly help me in meeting anybody who's not muted. Yeah. So develop a daily or weekly schedule that allocates dedicated time for study so that you don't get to Saturday and you've not even completed 1 module. Yeah. You'll be failing yourself already if you're not able to complete that before the deadline. Yeah. So another important thing is you're going to be onboarded to a Slack platform. And it is important because that is where you're going to interact with your peers. Yeah. One thing, don't be afraid to ask questions or even active participation. It's very important to ask for clarification if you don't understand anything. Yeah. I remember sometimes back when I was taking a course, I was just getting into the marketplace. And I was afraid of asking questions because I thought maybe they're going to look at me like, where are you coming from? Why don't you understand what Terraform is? Yeah. But something I've usually said, and I'm always telling my learners is, at some point, all of you did not know that concept. The only advantage that you have is that somebody knew it before you, or you knew that concept before somebody else. So don't be afraid to ask a question, or you need clarification because you think, what are they going to think of me? Yeah. So kindly, during the Slack platform, if you get embedded, just ask questions. Don't insist to clarify to ask for clarification on anything unclear. It's better to ask early than struggle later. Then have well thought questions. Yeah, think deeper so that you can ask questions that is going to motivate somebody else and get to have a better learning experience. Yeah. So with that, one thing I'm going to say is that please let's be respectful. Today you're going to get onboarded to two of our platforms, that is the LMS, and you're also going to get onboarded into Slack. Let's be respectful. Always be mindful of the other person that you don't know or you have never engaged with, because you don't know at what time or day you're going to meet that person in a different setup, because you're all in the cloud technology industry and you're all growing. Yeah. So on the Slack platform, you can ask any question. One is going to be a technical support. If you're having challenges with the LMS, you can kindly reach out on Slack and you'll be attended to by some of our instructors and our assistants. If you're not available, don't worry. At some point, it's going to be responded to. Then announcements are going to be made on the Slack platform as well, important assignments and the upcoming events. That will be easy. Yeah, if it's shared on Slack where everybody is going to see it. Yeah. Then lastly, community building. The Slack platform will help foster a sense of community among us as participants. Don't be afraid to connect, share your experience. If you're encountering a challenge, if you think of something that is beyond what is just on the platform, it's going to give an insight to somebody into something else. Yeah. This platform is just created for you so that you can build a network even after the bootcamp. Yeah? So kindly after today, I think at the course of the day, you're going to receive 2 links. Be careful, make sure you join it, and then complete the 3 modules before the next coming Saturday. So I don't know if you have questions on that, but what is going to be expected of you before Saturday is to complete the 3 modules. Yeah. Once you complete, you're going to get a certificate that is going to demonstrate what you have just learned. And I'm going to repeat this. Maintain a professional attitude, yeah, and be respectful. So do you have a question on that? Any clarification on what is expected of you before Saturday, the actual day of the bootcamp?
Yes, Franco Juma, you have a question?
I have a question. Sorry,
yes,
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Yes, Franco.
So, okay, after the onboarding, how are we going to get the links on our emails for the Slack and the platform, the learning platform? How do we go about it?
Yes, thank you, Juma. So are you going to get that in your emails? Because I think that is the same way you got the links to this meeting, right? So
Yes.
we have your emails and you're going to send you everything. Also, more announcements are going to be made on the Slack platform. Is that, have I answered it?
Yes.
Okay. I also have a friend who apparently is engaged today, but was very much willing to be present today. So will she be onboarded also, or will she be left out?
Did she sign up?
Yes, she happened to sign up. In fact,
Yes.
It was me who shared the link with her.
Yes, she will be onboarded. If we have her email, we will onboard her.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, Matilda, you have a question?
Can you hear me now?
Fantastic. We can hear you very clearly.
Hi, everybody. Happy International Women's Day to all the ladies here. I had to log out and log in again, so I kind of missed something in the middle. So I'm just confirming that we are going to be assigned to a learning platform, and latest by the next meeting, which is going to be Saturday, I think, we should have finished the modules that will be assigned to. Is that correct?
So, sorry, Matilda, I think I got logged off and I missed your question. I don't know if you can repeat that, or if Leah, you can answer to that.
Matilda is asking if once onboarded on the LMS, the learning management system, if she needs to finish all the modules by Saturday. That's what you're asking, Matilda?
Yes, I was just confirming because I got logged out and I logged in again, so I missed that part of the presentation. So I just wanted to be sure.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that's right, Matilda. You're going to get a link to a learning management platform, and you'll be expected to complete 3 modules before this coming Saturday, because you're going to get introduced to some of the theory, that is AWS 3-tier architecture, designing it, and then you're going to be introduced to Terraform. But on the actual day of the bootcamp, we are going to do it practically, even deploying it. Yeah, so it will be good if you go through the theory before Saturday. Then now we move to the hands-on learning.
Noted, thank you.
Moise also has a question. Dukunda?
Yeah, I had a question regarding the certification. Janet mentioned that at the end of the bootcamp, you are going to offer scholarship. Certification that showcase what we have covered throughout the bootcamp. Are those certificates going to be paid, or you are offering them just for free?
So thank you. So once you've completed the 3 modules, that will be the first certificate to just show that you did introduction to AWS via architecture and Terraform. So you're just going to get a certificate to show that. But as Sam announced, you're going to take a deep dive into all these concepts, yeah? And for that, you'll have to be enrolled at an advanced level. So yes, you're going to get a certificate once you complete the modules. Then you fulfill your requirements, like coming to the bootcamps and participating. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Get it.
Okay, Janet, I don't seem to have any further questions.
Yeah, so thank you, Leah. I think I'm done with just keeping up the expectations.
Hold on, Janet.
Do you have an addition from Juma? Yeah.
Okay,
yes,
thank you, Janet, Leah. Yeah, I just wanted to add on that at the end of the learning, there are a few questions that the learners need to do. Then once you've passed the questions, it's when you'll get the certificate. But there are up to 3 attempts to the question. There are basic Terraform questions, and you should not find them challenging. But you need to do those questions before getting the certificate. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Juma. That was very important. Yes, you're going to have some tests, yeah, to just show that you have really learned and grasped the content. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Janet. Thank you so much. We will go to Sikamoy. Sikamoy will be taking us through an overview of the technical part of the bootcamp. Sikamoy?
Thank you, Leah. Am I audible?
You're very audible.
Thank you. I hope everyone is excited to join this bootcamp. I'm Kelvin Skamoy. I'm a technical facilitator at Resource Cloud Academy, and I'll be taking you through the technical overview. Basically, it's things that you're supposed to create, accounts that you're supposed to create, things that you're supposed to install, etc., from the LMS to the other resources. So to start on, I'll share my screen. Tell me, Leah, when my screen is up.
All right.
Can you see it?
Yes.
Yeah. So after Leah, at the end of the meeting, she will share with you a Slack link to join the Slack channel. You'll now be able to get now the more resources, but she will also email you the onboarding email to join our learning management system. Or when you get that email, you'll need to join the LMS as it loads. Yeah. When you enter into the LMS, there are steps that will follow. It's a simple LMS to use. It's not so much complicated. You'll now have to start learning. Before we go to start learning, my screen is still visible there.
Yes, very visible.
Okay, thank you. So far you have received an email to join the LMS. You click on it, then give it some few minutes to load. There. The first thing you'll go through the overview. This is some introduction done by Samson that will basically welcome you, tell you the reasons why you should be here doing the bootcamp, etc. Then you'll have the lessons. So for the introduction to the first lesson will be the introduction to AWS 3-tier architecture that will basically go through, watch these videos, go through these links. There are some videos that will be able to guide you to install things and done by Evans, and some other videos by James for the 3-tier architecture. Then we go to the next lesson. Some lessons have some short quizzes at the end. After going through the lessons, you do the quizzes, make sure you do them. Then you complete the first lesson. You have other two lessons, that's lesson 2 and lesson 3 that you're supposed to do, the introduction to Terraform and deploying the architecture using Terraform. After that, you'll need, at the end of that lecture, you'll have to do an assessment that you'll need to reach a percentage for you to get the certification. You come to tests. At the left-hand side of my screen, you can see it. You can now continue the test and do. I've opened it, so for the first time when you open it, you'll be able to see the option of doing the test. Then later on, after you've reached the pass mark in order for you to get the certificate, you can now download your certificate that someone asked sometime before in the meeting. Then after doing all that, make sure you give us a review for us to enhance things, maybe places that we can add things so that we can be able to facilitate you better the next bootcamp and the next projects. Then that was all about the LMS. But if you have a question, there will be a channel for technical issues. place it there and you'll get sorted out. Then you'll need to have a AWS account. All these links, they'll be posted in the Slack channel. You'll create an AWS account. When you create a new AWS account, you'll get the first year free for some services that we'll be able to use and practice. Make sure after using things that you don't intend to leave them there, you delete them. You don't want to occur charges. And if you already have an AWS account and it has already passed the 1 year, so you don't have any credits, any free resources to use, you can use another email and create another AWS account. Be careful on what services you create and make sure you don't have any instances running at the end of after completing the bootcamp so that you don't occur charges. Then you'll have something else that we'll have to install. That's the AWS command line interface that will be using it. You have I'll share the link also in the Slack. If you're using the Linux, there are commands that you're supposed to use to install it. If you're using the Windows, macOS, there are still steps to install it. Then any other resources that we're going to have, we'll be putting it inside the Slack channel. And yeah, that's basically it. Leah, was I audible the whole session?
Yes, you are.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, you are. Are there any questions? Anyone with a question at this point?
Oh, Leah, before I forget.
Yes.
We also have to install the Terraform. All these links, I'll put them there. And I guess so there is a video in the LMS about the whole Terraform. It also have the 3 versions, the Windows, Linux, and the macOS. You can install the Terraform packages. Oh yeah, I guess so that's it. Leah, back to you.
All right. Any questions from our participants? Raise your hand if you have a question. I think they are all caught up. So we will be taking questions. If there are any questions about the entire program, just raise your hand. Any question. We have come to the end of the session, and we are just waiting for you in case you have any questions. Anyone with any question? Any questions, any comments, any queries? So I think that is it. In a couple of hours or minutes, you will receive an invitation to the Slack channel and the learning management system. So I said we were quite on point. So I think at this time, I'm going to close unless any of the instructors have a comment. Yes?
Sorry,
Yes,
Leah,
Samson?
I just wanted to ask from the audience if you can show maybe by a reaction, if there is anyone who is here but had not registered for using the link that was shared earlier for registering for the bootcamp. That means we do not have your email. Is there anyone? Just a reaction, thumbs up if you are. I can see there are a couple.
So we'll open up the form, the bootcamp form. We'll open it up and you can register and we'll get your email. We'll open it up until midnight today. And then you can register. We'll open it up, you can register, and then we'll onboard you on Slack, and we'll onboard you on the learning system.
All right, thank you, Leah. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. So thank you all for joining today's onboarding session. We are thrilled to have you on board. I think we've covered a lot of important information today, and I am confident that you're well prepared for the exciting learning journey ahead. So like I said, we'll send out invitations to Slack and the learning management systems, and we'll share the schedule and materials for the upcoming sessions in the Slack platform. So keep following the announcements channel. So once again, big thank you for attending. Be sure to explore the learning platform thoroughly. Utilize all the available materials, and don't be shy to reach out to your fellow bootcampers and instructors for support and collaborate with them. We encourage a very active learning environment, so feel free to ask questions, share your insights, share your comments, engage in discussions. So you feel very welcome. So from me, Nzisa, and the Skills Sync crew, it's goodbye. Bye-bye.
Right. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.